Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting number 293 of Turning Point Toastmasters. I am Snyasi Biswas, Side Terms for today. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of a Toastmaster meeting. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. The following are the meeting rules. Please be advised that any behavior that disturbs the flow of the meeting will result in removal from the meeting room without any warning. Please ensure that your noise-making devices are either switched off or on silent mode. Please speak responsibility on religion, sex, and politics in your speeches. As far as possible, please keep your videos on, audio off, and applause flowing throughout. Be the kind of audience for others you would like to have for yourself. Role players, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master, and general evaluator. Please ensure a smart audio video check before handing over to respective role players. Role players, please rename yourself as a role player. Your name, your club name. You may omit the club name if you are a member of Turning Point Toastmaster. Please acquaint yourself with the role of a timer. The timer will use background change or screen sharing to indicate time using one of three cards. Green means that you have reached the minimum qualifying time. Yellow indicates that it is a good time to start concluding. Red specifies that you have 30 seconds more or you will be disqualified. Individual sessions timing will be explained in due time. We encourage you to use Zoom emoticons generously to encourage role players. We sincerely request you not to send chat messages to everyone or the speaker on stage. In fact, refrain from chatting altogether and focus on the speaker. Please stay on mute until specifically requested to unmute. Polls will be launched after each section and they will be disclosed after 30 seconds. Now, I would like to introduce our presiding officer, Madhav Upadhyay, who is also a newly elected president of our club. He has also served as VP PR in last term of executive committee. Over to you, Madhav.
Thank you, Snehashish. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you to another exciting and amazing meeting of Turning Point Toastmasters. We have to join us with the meeting. We have few guests. We have Amanda joining us from China, Beijing from China. Welcome, Amanda, to meeting. We have our regular guests, Mohit and Utkarsh as well. Welcome, Mohit and Utkarsh. Guests, do stay till the end of the meeting. We'll be taking your feedback towards the end of the meeting. Coming to the theme of today's meeting, our meeting is going to be about negotiation skills, as may have already been communicated, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, Toastmaster Ashima had to drop out and she was not able to join the meeting. She is not able to join the meeting. Therefore, we have someone who is going to make our meeting equally exciting, if not more, equally exciting and equally enjoyable. And he is someone who has been a trainer by profession. He has been in Toastmaster for 10 years. And every time he comes on stage, every time he speaks, he leaves us with something to learn about, not only about speaking, but also about grammar, the kind of grammar he used, kind of words he used. He is someone who many of us, I am sure, would look up to, being after spending few years in Toastmasters. So after spending so much time in introduction, let me, without further ado, let me invite on stage our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anant Katyani. Anant, let's have a quick audio video check.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Over to you, Anant.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. It's a privilege to fill in the shoes of someone as accomplished as Ashima. Unfortunately, she isn't here to impart her wisdom or negotiation skills. And the fact that I'm not a good negotiator, ask my wife. I always lose But negotiation skills is something where I think we all deal in some capacity or the other every day. Every day of our life, be it professional space or be it personal space, we are constantly negotiating. If not with anyone else, then with our own selves. Ask yourself that alarm that you had set in the night to wake up at 6 a.m. while your conscious mind is sleeping, your subconscious mind is hassling itself. Is it worth waking up at 6, half an hour more, 10 more minutes? And by the time you actually wake up, it's 9 a.m. already. So there was a quote that I read just yesterday, and it made me think where the control actually lies. And I want all of you to battle that animal which I'm about to introduce and negotiate yourself. But before that, let me negotiate a little bit with all of you and persuade you, request you, urge you, nudge you to switch your videos on. Can we all do that? Let's see if the control lies within us. So Abhishek, Anu, Srishti, let's switch the videos on and let's engage. I read this quote that there are two animals within us, light and dark wolves. There are two wolves, light and dark wolves. Well, call it color or call it the nature of these wolves. The meaning is implied. Which one eventually wins? Do you know? Anyone who can tell me that? Which wolf wins inside us? The light one or the dark one?
The one that you actually encourage, the one that you,
On the right lines, yes.
yes,
The
one that
one you feed. The one you feed. Excellent answer, Srishti. Let's have a round of applause for Srishti because she actually hit the nail. If it is a constant battle with our own selves, if we are not mindful of even that, how can we negotiate with others? Let me ask Amanda. Amanda, hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
So, Amanda, just a quick question with you. Who is the person whom you negotiate with every day the most? Your boss, your family member, your spouse? Who is it?
I think maybe a family member. We need
Which
to
one specifically?
my parents. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you so much. How many else do believe that, yes, it is with parents we negotiate the most? I mean, looking at the age group of this audience, I expect more answers than just Anu. Yeah, I know Mohit, Utkarsh, Nehashish negotiate with someone special somewhere else. All right. Let's not go that road. How about Srishti? Srishti, I know already the answer, but would like to hear from you. Whom you negotiate the most with?
I think I negotiate the most with my dog. Everybody
Oh.
else in my family is fairly understanding, but it's my dog where I have to plead him, beg him, please get off my bed.
That's
Please
an
let me.
unexpected answer. I was
Yes,
expecting the husband.
no. And husband, no negotiation. He has not even tried to say no to me ever. So that is,
Well, on a lighter note, and do not let your husband hear that. Your answer remains the same. Call it husband, call it the dog. It's the same thing. I know. I'm a
the
husband.
dog,
I
on
know.
the other hand, has the real willpower, and he is the person I have to negotiate with, and he negotiates with me. Like if I'm eating something, I might be having aloo ka paratha, or I might be having some bread, and he will come from here. He'll be like,
Okay.
okay, target locked, puppy eyes activated.
So
And
there
until
are
he
four types of negotiation scenarios, and yeah, Priyanka, she said. So there are four types of scenarios in negotiation. You all know that, right? Hi, Diana. How are you? Good to have you back. So in the four scenarios, you have either with you and the other party, lose-lose. If I can't win, I will not let the other person win. Toxic scenarios. Stay away from these kind of people. The other scenario is I win, I don't care about the other person. Win, you lose. I win, you lose. Well, you don't build relationships with that attitude. You only build short-term success, which will fall flat because the major contributor to that success was someone else who chose to lose to make you win. Parents, as Amanda said, as Anu said, they lose so that we can win, the children. Now, the third scenario is you lose, the other person win. Mother, where is that possible?
Where we lose, the other person win.
Yeah, where you lose and you let the other person win.
It happens many a times. If we go to a shop and we let the other person charge us more, that happens quite often with
Ah.
me. Then
Yeah, when you buy Apple,
and you
not on the
lose
street,
and
in
you
a
lose
showroom.
and you lose and other person wins happens when you don't even try to negotiate. When you don't even try to
Well,
persuade the other person
I
on
would go
negotiate.
a different road and I would say where you let the other person win and let yourself lose. Remember your parents? Now, how about you becoming parent? Now, as Srishti said, it is with her dog that she has to negotiate and pamper and persuade. So while the owner feels like, am I raising the dog or the dog is raising me? That's a scenario. But yeah, when you are in charge of raising or pampering or caretaking someone, it is said that a child or an elderly person both behave the same way. We have to negotiate with them the same way. So in that case, yeah, we let ourselves loose to make that person who cannot think for himself or self themselves, we let them win with their stubbornness, with their um, with their attitude that I won't budge. You say, all right, fine, you have it your way. Mothers are the prime example. To feed the child, eventually they end up playing the Baby Shark song 20 times, even to the annoyance of other family members. And the fourth scenario where the real success conventionally lies is I win, you win, we all win. Win-win scenarios. That is the right spot to hit at. Now, I will not go down and elaborate all these. I will rather let you all do the talking. The good news is I am also the table topic master of the day. So while there are two prepared speakers, we all have intermittently a few table topic speaking opportunities. So it's not a separate session altogether. I have a hard stop at 8. After that, it's the evaluation. Now, in typical Toastmasters meeting, the two sections that happen first, I am in charge of them, the prepared speeches as well as the table topics. But the third session, the most fruitful session, where you don't have a scope for negotiation, you get it plain, straight, maybe in a presentable way, not in a much brutal way. That is the evaluation session. So let's hear it from the chief evaluator. We call her general evaluator in this format. How and on what parameters we will be evaluated on. Let's have distinguished Toastmaster Anu Seth on the stage. Anu, possible to switch the video on?
Good evening, Anand. No, it will not be possible. So kindly excuse me that.
Allow, requesting the tech master to unspotlight me so Anu can be seen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm extremely sorry, first of all, because I cannot turn my video on. I hope I'm audible. Thanks.
You are.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. You said about negotiation, and in your last part of discussing the theme, you said negotiation is something which is good at win-win situation. Coming back to the session, which is the third part of the Toastmasters meeting, which is journal evaluation, I will be taking a role in which I will be evaluating the entire meeting. But the beautiful part of negotiation is that It teaches us about learning or the way of presenting ourselves in which we all are in a win-win situation. And it indicates the continuous learning. That's how the negotiation is being linked with this session. So I cannot go ahead individually to evaluate the entire session. I have my team who will be evaluating. So the respective speech evaluators will be evaluating the speaker 1 and 2 respectively. Going ahead, we have the 3 role players who will be helping me to go in this session. The first one is the timer. The timer of the day is, I guess, Snehashish. Snehashish, will you be
Yes,
going
yes,
through
yes.
the background change or
No, sharing the screen.
Okay, you will be sharing the screen.
Yes.
So the timer will be sharing the screen as per the time allotted in a prepared speeches. A typical prepared speech is from 5 to 7 minutes. The green card will be shown at 5 minutes. Snehashish is doing. The yellow card or the amber card will be shown at 6 minutes. And the red card will be up at 7 minutes and it will be there till the speaker comes out. The second part of the meeting, which is the table topic, which we'll be having in between the two speakers. So the green card will be up at 1 minute, yellow card or the amber card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and the red card at 2 minutes. There is a 30 seconds grace on the above side in the table topics. That is, a speaker can speak maximum up to 2 minutes 30 seconds, and beyond that, the speaker will get disqualified. In case of the prepared speeches, there is a 30-second grace on either of the side. Okay. Now coming back to then we have a speech language evaluator. For that we have Srishti, who will be telling us the good and the bad usages of the language. Along with that, she's going to present a word of the day. Srishti, can we have you on the virtual stage?
Hello, hi. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, Srishti, you're good to go.
Okay. Today's word of the day is obstinate. Obstinate is another word for stubborn. I'll also be sharing the word of the day in the chat as well, just for everyone to know. So again, obstinate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action despite attempts to persuade one to do so. So obstinate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action despite attempts to persuade one to do so. An example of this can be, despite my pleas, she remained obstinately on her stance. Okay, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Anu.
Thank you, Srishti. Now the third role player, which is the final role player, she's again Srishti. She will be working as an R counter, in which she will be noting the filler words, ums, and short and long pauses that will be we are using in a speech. So coming back to the session, I would like to invite Toastmaster Anant on the stage, please. Anant.
Thank you, Anu and team. We will be mindful of not committing the mistakes that you have just warned us against. I will try our honest best and not be obstinate. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, there are 3 sections to the meeting. The first section is prepared speeches. We have 2 amazing prepared speakers today, Snehashish and Abhishek. While one is in the early stages of his journey, the other one is quite a good negotiator already at district level. So let's start with the novice and we will then go to the master. Snehashish, let's have you spotlighted. And while we do that, an audio video check, requesting your evaluator to be ready to read out the objectives as well. So Snehashish, first a quick audio video check with you so that I can quickly introduce you afterwards.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible and you're visible. Keep the audio unmuted and keep steady. Evaluator Madhav Upadhyay, may I have you on the stage, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. You are visible. Madhav, let us know what are the speech objectives for Snehashish Biswas.
Snehashish is attempting speech 1 of project 3 of level 1 of the path, which is presentation mastery. The speech objectives are for Snehashish to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So this is going to be first speech, and he'll be receiving the feedback for that, and that he'll be implementing in the second speech of the project. All the best, Snehashish. Looking forward to hear your speech. Over to you, Anant.
Thank you. Snehashish, quickly checking once again. Say a longer sentence, please.
Am I audible now? Okay.
A longer sentence, please.
Good evening, everyone.
All right.
Okay.
This settles it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Snehashish Biswas. The first time I went on stage. The first time I went on stage, Snehashish Biswas.
Good evening, everyone. As I had already introduced myself in my icebreaker speech, today I will talk about why I joined Turning Point Toastmasters. I went to an English medium school, which was a small and a simple English medium school. I completed my studies up to 10th standard from there. In my school, there used to be an assembly where some seniors would come after prayer and they give a speech for a while. I vividly remembered when I came to the 6th standard, my class teacher started selecting students from our class to give speeches in the assembly. I never gave my name there because since I have been introvert since childhood. But one day there was a PTM in my school. My mother went there. My class teacher asked my mother whether your son can speak a poem in the assembly tomorrow. And my mother said yes to her. My mother came back to home and said to me that you have to speak a poem tomorrow. After I heard my mom, I was shocked. I was like, no, mom, I don't want to speak. I don't like it. Then she said, if you give a speak tomorrow, I will give you a gift. After that, I started memorizing the poem. I memorized the poem whole night. Again and again, I read. And next day, when I went to the assembly, I was horrified after seeing so many students in the assembly and forget the entire poem. Somehow I spoke the poem and came from there. I cried a lot after I came from the assembly. I felt very guilty. I decided that from now on, I would give my name on the assembly. But to become better on it. But unfortunately, assembly stopped in my school because some construction work had started. By the end of my 10th standard, I had forgotten that guilt. And I didn't have any plan to get rid out of this stage fear. Though I didn't improve, but that incident realized me and aware me about the fear, my fear of stage. I also knew on top of this that my English was also not good. I didn't improve. It didn't improve until very recently. But a few months ago, when I was scrolling through Instagram, I found Turning Point Toastmasters page, where after that I visit the page and see many posts and see so many reels. While I was showing the reels and posts, I remembered the day when I failed to deliver a speech in the assembly. After that, I joined my first TPTM meeting, where I saw experienced speakers like Anant, Rupinder, and Madhav. After that, I joined again and again, and I decided that I will also improve my speaking and become a good public speaker. And I attempt many roles like turning table topping master, timer, or counter, and I also played Sai terms. Till now, I was not a good table topic speaker, but I will not give up. At last, I want to say that maybe not today, maybe not next month, and maybe not next year, but one day I will improve and become a speaker I look up to. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Snehashish. I completely agree with the attitude that I have seen in you so far today. I know you are the same person who went to Mount Everest and told him, I will continue to grow while you as a mountain will remain as tall as you are today. One day, I will definitely outgrow you. Snehashish, I definitely believe you are that person. Let's have 1 minute of silence. Timer, please show me a green card at the end of 1 minute. Meanwhile, I request everyone to pass on your generous appreciation, one-worded or one-liner, or if possible, areas of improvement to Snehashish in personal chat. Thank you, Mr. Timer. I'm just wondering, when Snehashish was speaking, who was actually timing? Was it you, Madhav? Oh, thank you so much. Subtle things like these should not go unnoticed. Thank you, Madhav. That's leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, before I introduce the next speaker, surprise, we will go for a quick couple of table topics. Because I told you so, this will be a mixed session. So who is not playing a role and would like to speak? We have Utkarsh, Ram, Mohit, Diana. Would you guys like to try? Mohit? Sure. Let's have you on the stage, buddy. Please unmute so that we can have an audio video. Hi, Mohit.
Hello. Hi.
Speak
Am I
a little
audible?
louder. Speak a little longer.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, perfectly audible. Thank you so much, Mohit. Mohit, you know the table topics format. I'm beginning with you, despite you not having taken part at least once. So I'm still going ahead with you since you have seen it a couple of times happening. You have to speak till you see the green card. Your time will begin when you start speaking within first 5 seconds or so. And you can speak till you see the red card. After that, you have 30 seconds to wrap it up. And it's okay to think for 3 to 5 seconds for the topic that you have got. Okay. So Mohit, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Mohit
ready.
Sharma, my dream job. My dream job, Mohit Sharma.
Hello.
You can begin anytime. Just go.
Okay. Okay. So my dream job is to become a corporate trainer and a public speaker. because I'm also an introvert from my childhood, but I think that this is a necessity of today's world to be a good negotiator and to be a good communicator in the society, to live and to live and this is the corporate trainer and the public speaker also provide us the opportunity to meet the tremendous amount of people and to share our share our experience and to gain a lot of knowledge and to provide a knowledge to shape the future of the children, and this also give us the opportunity to gain knowledge from also from the audience, because there we can exchange our thoughts and also gain the thoughts of the children whom we are training, and this is a very good thing where we can shape our career and also shape the career of youth of India. So it's a very good. This is my dream job, to become a corporate trainer.
Fantastic, Mohit. That was lovely to hear. Requesting the tech master to manage the spotlight. Thank you. Now, Mohit has spoken fantastic. I will give Diana a topic and Diana will reply in text. So Diana, your topic is, if I am the president of the world for one day, if I am the president of the world for one day, let us know what all would you accomplish. Who would like to go next? One more table topic speaker before we invite the second prepared speaker. Anyone can go. Ram, maybe Utkarsh. Utkarsh, all right. Srishti, you will have to wait. We'll go with Utkarsh first. Utkarsh, please unmute.
Okay, I'm going first. I thought it was Diana who was going to go next.
No, Diana, I have given a topic in text already.
Oh,
So
okay.
she is going to be the president of the world for one day.
Sure.
I will give you a different topic. So Utkarsh,
Sure.
It is usually said that our mind works at maybe 10-15% of its actual capacity. It's largely untapped as a potential. What if, and I got this idea, nothing original, from a movie, couple of movies actually. What if your mind starts working at 90% capacity? What if your mind starts working at 90% of its capacity, Utkarsh Sharma?
Okay. Just give me 10 seconds.
You can begin now.
Yeah. If our minds begin to work at 90% of a capacity, which is a lot more than we actually utilize our mind, which is around 10 to 15%, then I think I'm not sure how the world would be in terms of peace and security, but I would definitely say that we will advance in various facets, such as the technical level, the intellect level, for sure. We will have amazing discoveries and inventions, and we'll advance to a high level. But what is more important for our mind to tap is the other aspect of it, which is the emotional side, the spiritual side, which is just equally important in order to lead a very peaceful life, in order for the world to be a much more safer place. And for that, it is important that we utilize our mind, which is in sync with our spirit and body. And what I believe is that that mind is a very mysterious object. It is very necessary that we should not be the one who would be tamed by our mind. In fact, it should be the opposite way, that we should tame our mind and master it no matter what. And it is also a very dangerous prospect if we utilize 90% of the time, and if the mind works in a destructive way, then it could create a huge havoc on this planet Earth. I hope that if we get to that stage, we use our minds in a very positive and a very effective way. Thank you.
Utkarsh, very articulately spoken. I was surprised by your clarity of thought. So thank you so much, man. That was amazing.
Honestly, I'm a little more confident than last time. So I hope I'll improve each step of the way.
Do you know the reason for it? Because your mind was working at 90% of capacity.
That I'm not sure, but yeah, because the point is, I was a debater in my school, but for the past decade, I haven't spoken at all at public forums. So I've
Once
lost
a
all my
negotiator, always a negotiator. We believe that. All right. Thank you so much for speaking as a table topic speaker. Time now to hear from an accomplished, a champion, a veteran articulator, debater, someone who comes from the legal profession. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my lord Abhishek Devraj from Ajmer, a neighboring city in Rajasthan, my home state. His evaluator will be Priyanka Mishra, another one of my ward, my mentee from Hyderabad. Priyanka, hey, long time. Would you like to share what objectives are you evaluating Abhishek Devraj's speech today on?
Thank you, Toastmaster. Today, you have given me an obstinate speaker who is very keen to improve each time whenever he gives his speech. So that's a very good struggle for me, but I'll give my best. So Abhishek Devraj is going to give a speech on evaluation and feedback, the second speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying the feedback and serve as and feedback from the first speech and apply on his current speech and give the speech again. So timer, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Abhishek.
Thank you, Priyanka. Looking forward to a crackling evaluation of this speech, which by the title looks like going to be a bombastic one. I am someone who was raised somewhere around this revolution of computers. You guessed it right. The last decade of the past millennia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have someone who was born 3 decades before. Oh, all right, from today, not from the year 2000. He is not that old. Our speaker today, Abhishek Devraj. Let's have a quick audio video check, Abhishek.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Please confirm if I'm audible and I'm visible. There is no lag between my video and audio.
Not a lag. You might want to keep the volume level at the same level. Do not let it dip. So volume level, keep it high. Abhishek Devraj, 90s kid. 90s kid, Abhishek Devraj.
Papa, I want to see Talking Tom. I have to see Talking Tom. I'll play Talking Tom on my time. Good afternoon. Good evening. And if I don't see you tomorrow, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the conversation with my obstinate kid who has Talking Tom, Thomas the Train, on 4 mobiles, 1 tablet, 2 laptops. And every time of the day, okay, I ask him, what are you doing? I'm playing Talking Tom. New game came, Talking Tom Time Rush. How many of you know that? Do you know any of them? Oh, yeah, Shrishti, I know the difference now, and I know how old I am. Thank you. That, ladies and gentlemen, often reminds me of something. And I'm in that age when I can actually tell my kid, I studied under a night lamp. What do you know of struggle? Especially now that his school is going at 10 a.m., whereas me and Anand in Rajasthan winters used to go at 7:30 in the morning when we could not even see 5 meters ahead. Madhav, you had better conditions than us. What also reminds me of is the lack of entertainment we had. You know, I have to pull my kid out. I have to take him to school so that he can play in the school ground. And there he would be going ahead and saying, I want to have sports shoes. These are not sports shoes. These are school wala shoes. These are school shoes. I had one pair of shoes, black. They were used to play in the morning, to play in the afternoon, to play in the evening. I would scrub them clean in the morning, make sure they're black enough so that I'm not standing outside the line in front of my physical training teacher, and I get past him. He, at the age of 6.5, has 4 pairs of shoes. Till 12, courtesy of my overgrown feet of size 12, I had only 2. One slippers, one shoes. Another thing that often strikes me is the lack of entertainment options. I still remember my father taking me in 97, 98 to watch Border to nearby theater. How many of you remember that? Need not raise the hand if you want to share your age. But Anant nodding his head shows that, yeah, and I know Anant. My kid doesn't even remember the last time we saw Zootopia together on Hotstar. Because he has so many options. He has YouTube, he has Hotstar, Netflix, Z5, Sony Live. Anything else I'm missing out? Please post it in the chat. I tend to forget number of options I have. He has an own Almira of his. I share an Almira with my dad. 2 full-grown men share one single Almira for the whole year round. With winter clothes, summer clothes, shadi wala clothes, wedding suits, and everything around. Anybody thought why? My wife asked me, why do you always buy black or a blue? And my option answer is, it pairs with everything else. Black pairs with everything. Why do you always buy black? It goes around everywhere well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what 90s was actually about. 1991, the Simha Rao government had just liberated the economy with globalization, privatization, and liberalization. What people see as history was my and Anand's childhood. We were just seeing Dish TV coming in. Okay, fine, I agree that it was my childhood and Rupinder's younghood. We were just seeing things coming in. The only thing we would know is take care of it, because even the salaries of people was less. My father had a very little salary on which he had to manage family, build a house, and educate his kid in one of the best schools possible. What it also meant, there was no Zomato and Swiggy. It meant that you are going to eat bitter ground even if you feel bitter about it. 90s was not all the romantic things that you see all the time on your Facebook or Instagram, or you see on an Instagram handle, 90s kid rally together. I tend to wonder, what are they rallying about? Are they rallying about the shortcomings? Or they're rallying about the dangers we used to live around in the city on the news, when we often heard that the Northeast has a bomb blast, or Southeast has an insurgency growing up, or northern states have another insurgency which is about to die down, but the northernmost state has another insurgency coming up. I tend to wonder, and I still wonder. Now, the reason I'm talking about all of this is because today, as my kid grows up and I enter into the 37th year of my life, what we feel as a distant past for many people in the audience and in world across is not so distant. We still remember Y2K harrowing. My father still sitting in the bank because we were expecting banking systems to crash. Nothing happening. And my father coming in when banking systems in Australia were working absolutely fine. And the lack of information and misinformation therein. As we have so many options to entertain ourselves, as we have so many options to gain information ourselves, we as a society have an obligation as well to be better informed, to be better prepared for tomorrow, and to better lead for the generation that is coming up today. When COVID happened 2 years ago, one thing that I often saw and I battled with people was misinformation. Sharing every possible information about COVID through WhatsApp and Facebook. As Anand very rightly said, that we are a generation that saw technology grow along with us. Even if you didn't see and you saw technology from a very young age, ladies and gentlemen, we have a responsibility to use it wisely and ensure that we spread the proper information and defeat misinformation. And we share what exactly happened to our future generations. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
Nostalgically spoken, Abhishek, not for me, only for yourself. I don't consider myself that old, and I will never reveal my age over here. I find myself much closer to maybe Madhav. Madhav only a couple of years older to you, not more. While Abhishek is from maybe 80s, and that is how he is playing as a 90s kid. We are waiting. We are going through the 1 minute of silence so that Abhishek can receive feedback from audience in private chat. Meanwhile, requesting Diana to share her draft with me, what she has written, so that I can read out as her table topic. Diana, waiting for you to send your text to me as well, in case you have written. While we do that, thank you, Timer. We have a couple of guests coming at an opportune moment to try out their negotiation skills as table topics. Since it's a mix and match going on, we already have had 2-3 table topics already. We have Ram and Khushbu, and Srishti also raised her hand earlier. So who would like to go for the next table topic? Khushbu, Srishti, Ram, it's an open game. Srishti, Khushbu. Khushbu, if you are willing, I will let you come after Srishti now. Okay. Srishti, let's have a quick audio video check.
Hi, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. And I love how you are delivering a speech, any kind of speech in a standing position. I like that gesture. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait, actually, I'm sitting, but hold on. Now that you mentioned
I take my
it,
words back. I take my words back. Whenever you're comfortable.
Yes, I'm standing now.
Okay, so my negotiation trick work. People learn how this is done. Not taking any, not making my own boat float. Srishti, are you an indoor person or outdoor person?
Is that the
I'm asking
topic?
you. No, I am asking you.
Oh, good question.
Short
Depends.
answer. Short answer. This is not table topic.
On the weekdays, indoors. On the weekends, never at home.
So I think this is a suitable topic for you. Indoor games are better than outdoor games. Indoor games are better than outdoor games. Srishti Mehrotra.
Indoor games are better than outdoor games because they can also be played outdoors. Imagine this. A winter morning, quite like the ones we've been having these days, Sunday afternoon, or winter afternoon morning, sitting in the veranda with your family, all cozied up in the biggest and bulkiest of jackets that you have. Next to you, a cup of hot tea and some snacks, and in front of you, a carom board with a few of your family members. You can replace the carom board with card games or anything else, chess, if that's your jam. But think about it, isn't it just the most perfect use of time? Of course, you could always play it indoors in summers with the AC on. But for now, it is being outside in the sun, probably even going out to a park like Lodi Garden or maybe just one behind your house. That is the beauty of indoor games. You can play them anywhere. It doesn't take a lot of space, and you definitely will not end up knocking off furniture or your mom's precious vases, and you would just be entertained just the same. So, definitely, indoor games are much um, better than outdoor games. Also, since I live with three grandparents in the same house, it is indoor games are games which everybody in the house can actually take part in, instead of having to alienate some of our family members, uh, and uh, and that's why I believe indoor games are much better. And over to you, um, table topics master Anand.
Thank you, Srishti. You shattered my hopes right in the beginning itself, so there is no point talking about it. Nicely played. I'm a person who doesn't like to go outdoors. I can sit for 3 days straight inside my house and I would not feel upset at all about it. I just need a good Wi-Fi. No need of just Wi-Fi is good enough. TV maybe, and all the food delivery services right at the room. But yeah, fine, all right. Who would like to go on the final one? Khushbu Chokhani, Amanda, Ram. Khushbu raises her hand first. So Khushbu it is. Please spotlight Khushbu. Khushbu, kind of interesting topic for you. If we can have an audio video check quickly.
Good evening, Anand. It's
Hi Khushbu, good
freezing
evening.
here.
Long time. Are you at home? Are you somewhere outside?
I'm always at home.
High five. So Khushbu, interesting topic for you. You might have to think a little bit, but you don't have much time, so you know that already. But this is the test of your memory as well. What is the best human name you have heard of? What is the best human name you have heard of? Khushbu.
It was first year of marriage, almost 11 months, when I came to know that my younger brother-in-law is engaged. I was super excited. And when I came to know the name of my would-be co-sister-in-law, I was, wow, such names exist in Kolkata. Such beautiful, gorgeous names exist in Kolkata. And her name was and is Srinidhi. Srinidhi is the name of my co-sister-in-law. Everybody called her popularly Nidhi, Nidhi, Nidhi. But I'm the only person in the whole family. Now she is married for 10 years. I'm married for 11 years. And I always tell her Srinidhi. I always call her Srinidhi, and she loves it. That you're the only one, my dear Bhabhi, co-sister-in-law, who calls me with this name. This name is not only unique, uncommon, but do you know, it is actually one of the names of Lord Vishnu, which appears in Vishnu Sahasranam, which is one of the popular chants of Hinduism. And this chant appeared first in Mahabharata when Bhishma Pitama narrated these 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu to his younger nephew, grandnephew, Dhritarashtra. And Srinidhi means someone who holds lotus always, someone who is the Lord of Ma Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. So that's how Srinidhi is the name of Lord Vishnu, and her name is beautiful. And when I heard this name, I went to her and told her, you know, your parents have kept a gorgeous name for you, and I'm going to keep a similar good name for my son or daughter whenever I give birth to a child. And that's how I discovered another name of Lord Vishnu from Vishnu Sahasranam named Advik for my son. And that's how the beauty of a unique name came into my life from a popular Hindu text, Vishnu Sahasranam. So what was your popular or unique name you have heard, Toastmaster Anand?
I can't say anything about that, but I love the moral of the story from your speech should be that after 10 years of marriage, we forget how many years we have been married for. Right? I have a good listening here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have been waiting for Diana's topic. Somehow I have not received it. In due time, when she shares it, request the presiding officer or general evaluator to read it up. I would like to conclude my theme, since I have to make a move before inviting the general evaluator, with this one short story. Hold on, Anu. We have been talking about negotiation. There comes a time in life when you know that this negotiation is going to be fruitless, but you still have to do it. You have to do it as your duty, as your dharma. And that is where this story always inspires me. And that is from Mahabharata itself. It holds true significance to the place, my hometown where I come from, the story of Mahabharata. But this particular anecdote, small incident, is right before the great war is about to happen. And everyone knows this war has been in building for ages now. There is no stopping this war. On one side, you have Lord Krishna, all the mighty Pandavas, but with lesser army, fewer soldiers. On the other side, there is a host and an ocean of soldiers, almost 1.5 times the collective group of Pandavas. All that they have on their side is Lord Krishna himself. And they send Lord Krishna to negotiate as one last peace effort. Because despite everyone saying that it's useless, Krishna says, if you have to bow down 1,000 times to save endless lives, it's still worth it, even if you are going to fail. And there came a time in that negotiation where lowering down the offer from half the property split to barely 5 villages for Pandavas and they will live happily ever after. There came a time when Duryodhana said, the king of the opposition army, I will not give even the tip of a needle, that size of land, to my cousins. And at that point, Duryodhana said, tie this cow herder. That was the name for Lord Krishna, the one who herds the cows. Gopal, pakdo is gwale ko. Tie him down and bind him to a pillar. We will thrash him, we'll beat him, we'll chain him and send him into a dungeon. And Lord Krishna at that point said, well, I have done my duty. Now, if you can, hold me, if you can. And then Lord Krishna just came into his true avatar. You must have seen those animated or this comic book movies where someone drinks a potion, magic potion, and turns into 1,000 times in size. Well, Lord Krishna, being the very incarnation of Lord Vishnu, Khushbu spoke about, he did just that. And such bright was his face, uh, of equivalent to maybe 1,000 suns burning right in front of your eyes. So imagine that. And at that point, Lord Krishna said in a legendary poem, Ha ha Duryodhan bandh mujhe. Oh Lord Duryodhan, if you can, if you have the courage, if you have the capacity, bind me. At that point, that negotiator, Lord Krishna, showed that while he had all encompassing power of the whole universe, he was still trying to negotiate for peace, despite knowing that this obstinate person will not agree. Still, he did that. And that is the lesson that stays with me, that even if we know that this negotiation is going to be futile, instead of a war, a battle, a skirmish, a fight, it's still much more preferable to sit and talk and let your public speaking, let your communication practice come into play. With that, I take your leave. Keep practicing, keep your public speaking game up. I would request you to launch the poll, TechMaster, for all the table topic speakers. That is ready, polls are ready. While you answer on the polls, let me invite someone who got tricked into playing General Evaluator today. And that is the success of negotiation skills of our associate VP at Snehashish Biswas. Snehashish kept pinging her at the time where she was doing something else. And she just expected, she told me herself, she expected that Snehashish is asking which role I should play. And she ended up saying General Evaluator. And Snehashish said, fine, you are playing General Evaluator. Good job, Snehashish. Anu, General Evaluator, over to you.
Thank you so much, Anand. And I hope I am audible because I'm invisible today. So
Yes, you are.
thank you. So coming back to the third and the most important session of the Toastmasters meeting, and I always say that it is the heart of this meet, of any particular meeting. So let's not be an obstinate. And coming back to the theme, what Anand has straightforward for us, let's be into the win-win situation where we learn from each and another. So coming to the journal evaluation session, first I would like to invite the evaluator number 1 for Snehashish. I request Madhav to come up on the virtual stage. Submit his report.
Am I audible, Toastmaster Anu?
Yes, you are audible and visible. You're good to go.
I would want to launch the polls for best prepared speaker before giving my feedback. So I'm launching it. So please give it.
Sure.
Don't want any bias to come in between your votes. Okay, I've gotten. I can see most of the members have voted. So I'll start with my I'll start with my feedback for prepared speakers first. Snehashish, you can start the timing. Snehashish, if I had to summarize and give one feedback, speak about your speak about your speech in one word, it would be inspirational. The kind of preparation you had done was inspiring for me, considering the kind of experience you have had. It was just your second speech, and you came up with a story and built a good, beautiful speech around the story. And I could directly link it. It was feeling like you were extending your first speech, which you gave for your icebreaker, and you were expanding it and telling us more about how your stage fear, how you first time realized that you have this stage fear, and how you came to Toastmasters. One more thing that I really loved about the speech was that the story was so simple that we could all relate to it. We all must have had that experience where we went on a stage and we were horrified when we were standing in front of an audience. And after going home or after getting off the stage, we all must have felt that guilt in our heart that that, why did this happen with me? Why couldn't I speak? Why didn't I speak what I prepared? So you beautifully articulated that and spoke about that. So I really loved that. And one more thing that I really loved about the speech was that I could see that how close it was to your heart, and you really narrated it that well, how your mom went to this school, how she came back with you nominating for the speech or for a poem, and all that I could see in your speech. Now, if I have to give you one recommendation that you could work upon and that you can implement in your next speech, it would be to work on your voice modulation. For example, and I could find a few places where you could play with voice modulation and make your speech more effective. For example, when your mom came back and told you that, Snehashish, I have nominated you for the speech or for the poem, you could say, I was shocked. So with your voice modulation, with your expressions a bit, you could show us that you were really shocked. And this was and another place that I could found that you could play with voice modulation and play around with that was when you were in front of the audience and you couldn't utter a single word. So that is the place I found, and I could think that you could work and you could do something better. Other than that, a very trivia thing that I noted in your speeches, at one point you were speaking about a speech that you gave in front of assembly. The other time you said that it was a poem. So little fixes in script, I think that would have worked, and that could be fixed. Otherwise, all in all, you had a great speech that you gave and a great story, and something for all of us to learn. I could see, and especially when you come on stage, when you start speaking and with your speech, with your script, we all can identify how well prepared the speaker is. So today I could see how well prepared you are, and this certainly gives me motivation to prepare well for my next speech and give as effective a speech as you gave today. That's all. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, evaluator number 1. Now, coming back to the second speech, I will request the evaluator number 2, Priyanka Mishra, to deliver the evaluation. Can we have Priyanka on the virtual stage, please?
Hello, general evaluators. Little audio video check, please.
You're audible, you're visible, you're good to go.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Abhishek Devaraj, our obstinate speaker. What a rant about you and your kid. I understand I'm also a 90s kid, but doesn't mean I will rant about my own kid. But you did that, and that is an general feeling which we all get. We tend to compare as a human being. We heard about your rant. I loved your humor, which you included during the course of your speech. The involvement of the audience, the presence of mind you had. You were aware of even the non-verbal gesture of the audience, and you were responding to that. That is very difficult, and that comes only with experience. I could see that, the Abhishek, in your speech, that you have been a veteran speaker. Not today, you have started speaking on the public speaking platform. How could we make this piece the best? I would like to focus on the structure of the speech. Let's start with how the structure of the speech was. We started with the rant. We talked about so many examples. We tried to compare. Then we talked about how, and you try to give a message to the audience. If we consider the message could be lack of correct information, so let's stick to this message. I could see that we included a lot of examples which were not relatable to this message. If I want to make the speech according to me, if I want to twist the speech the way the structure I want to have, how about we start how this message, the lack of incorrect information, how did it impact you? How about you include those examples, only those 2 examples? Let's just stick to only one, so that we should feel like the lack of correct information should flow from the top of the speech till the last. Is to not distract in other examples. For example, try to talk about the shoes. You had 2 shoes and your kid had 4 set of shoes. That is kind of not relevant to this set of message of the speech. Okay. Second, how about we later on, once we talk about the impact you had because of lack of correct information on your life, what are you doing to resolve that? And how are you motivating the audience with the resolution or with the solution which you have implemented in your life? That would be our takeaway as an audience to home. So basically, I would say in summary, Abhishek, you are a great speaker. You have a presence of mind. You know how the audience behave. You become live when you talk on a public speaking forum. I would love to see as a Toastmaster of the day in our meeting. So VP Ed, please lies with the speaker. Based on our previous feedback, you included humor. You included the message of the speech also. I would like to see you to work on the structure of the speech. Try to give your message in a concrete, precise manner. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Priyanka. Now, coming back to the tag roles, can I invite the timer on the stage, please? Snehashish.
I will give my report at last.
Okay, so can we have Srishti to present her report as a grammarian and the R-counter?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Anu, for calling me on the stage. Today, I am taking up 2 roles, the first being grammarian and then being R-counter. I'll start with R-counter. So we had a few speakers, and I'm happy to report that the majority of our meeting did not have a lot of lexical fillers. Lexical fillers being words that we use in place of thoughts or pauses, such as and, right, etc. So going from person to person, I think with Anant and Anu, we had very few noticeable lexical fillers. If there were any, they were so natural that they didn't really feel like they were impeding the speech, and therefore I'm not counting them. With Snehashish's speech, I did notice a few repetitions. So probably he started a sentence, not probably, but for example, he started a few sentences, and then probably due to nervousness, especially in the beginning of the speech, he had to restart that sentence. So I think that is something that over time it should resolve itself with practice. Now going to the table topics, I think with Mohit, there were a few R's and R's when you started, but that didn't feel like it was your first table topics. So I think that's still commendable, and over time, I think that will resolve. With Utkarsh and Khushbu, we had a few R's and ums as well, but not something that seriously impeded your speech. With Abhishek, I did not notice anything very significant. Now moving on to the grammarian report. The word of the day was obstinate, and it was noticed 5 times. Twice. Okay, I'm so sorry about this camera issue, but it automatically stops the camera for some reason. So with the word of the day, which is obstinate, Anant used it twice, Priyanka used it twice, and Abhishek used it once. So Diana, I'm not sure, I have not seen your speech, so I'm unable to number of times. Am I audible? Because it just
Yes,
suddenly.
Srishti, you're audible. Just to add, Diana has
Sorry
written
about
in the
that.
chat.
Was acting funny. So So Diana, I'm not sure about that because I've not seen your speech and I didn't get to hear it. So sorry about that. I can't comment. Now going to the grammar aspect of things, I did not notice any very like I didn't use it. I didn't notice any extremely wrong usage, but I wanted to call attention to maybe pronunciations. This is something that I've been noticing across people. So instead of calling out specific instances, there are a few things that I would like to leave you with. The first is something that we as Indians are very, very prone to doing, and there is a reason for that. So, especially in India, especially Hindi speakers, we don't have a different letter to denote the two sounds of V and W. So, we interchangeably use the sounds W and V, right? So, V, the letter V, is to be pronounced with V, right? V, like like a verb. And the letter W is generally pronounced like an O, like wo, wo. Right? So it's word, not word. Okay? It's vodka, not vodka. Right? So this is something that you all can actually take back with you and start being more conscious of this, because this is something, because in Hindi we just have this v or v and it doesn't really matter, but in English, I'll give you a very funny example. I went to Barista the other day and I had a piece of cake that I ordered, the chocolate excess pastry. It's beautiful, it's delicious. And when I placed this order, the waiter said, "Ma'am, should I vomit?" And I said, "What?" He said, "Ma'am, should I vomit?" I said, "I don't know if you feel like it." And later he said, "Ma'am, garam kar do." And I said, "Oh, you meant warm it, not vomit." So that is something that you can avoid by paying attention to v and w. So warm it, not vomit. Okay. Then there are some good usages, or not good usage, but some of the words that we've not previously seen in meetings, like horrified, vivid, etc. And so I think that is, that is a good thing that we saw. We did not see a lot of grammatical errors, and that's why I decided to go with this pronunciation. Another set of pronunciation is this, which is going to be the last one, which is there, there, there. So a lot of people say there is something, or sharing, which is better said as there, T-H-E-R-E, there, and T-H-E-Y apostrophe R-E, there. Okay, there, and there, they are there. So these are two words that we can actually start differentiating. With that, I will close my evaluation. I think I have left a lot of things for people to practice. So all the best in paying attention to these pronunciations. Thank you, and over to you, Anu.
Thank you so much, Srishti. So now I'd like to invite the timer of the day, Snehashish. Can we have you on the virtual stage, please?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
My screen is visible.
Snehashish, your screen is visible.
Okay, Sajar terms, me took 3 minutes. Presiding officer Madhav Upadhyay took 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster of the evening Anant took 8 minutes. General evaluator Anu took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster of the evening Anant took 1 minute. Evaluator first Madhav took 30 seconds. Prepared speaker first I took 5 minutes 25 seconds, spoke for 5 minutes 25 seconds. Evaluator second, Priyanka took 45 seconds. Speaker second, Abhishek spoke for 7 minutes 25 seconds. Table topic master Anand Katyayani took 9 minutes. Table topic speaker first spoke for Mohit spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. Table topic speaker second Utkarsh spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. Table topic speaker third Srishti spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. Table topic speaker fourth Khushbu spoke for 2 minutes 29 seconds. Toastmaster of the evening Anand Katyayani took 4 minutes 30 seconds. Evaluator first Madhav took 3 minutes 58 seconds. Evaluator second Priyanka took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Grammy and Srishti took 4 minutes 20 seconds. Our counter Srishti took 1 minute 38 seconds, and we don't have any disqualification. So congratulations to all speakers. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Snehashish, for your report. Now coming to the evaluate. Oh, so we have the polls ready for the best auxiliary role player. I request everyone to please mark the polls. Madhav, can I go ahead?
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much, Mr. Presiding Officer. Now, coming back to the negotiations, let's negotiate with the what kind of the meeting we had. So coming back to the evaluation of the entire meeting, the meeting started on time. The virtual room was properly arranged out, and all the role players were there. Our team has really negotiated with the members. So kudos to Anant and Madhav for arranging the role players, even in we were running short of the role players, even the 12th hour of the meeting. Thank you. All the guests were warmly greeted. So coming back, starting from the first part of the meeting, that is evaluating the evaluators. Evaluator number 1, Madhav, I am really astonished by the commendations that you have put forward in your evaluation. You were encouraging, you started your evaluation with motivating the speaker, that how he motivated, the way you have put forward the recommendation by using the voice modulation, and you actually portrayed it that what are the best usages of the voice modulation. So, and you ended your evaluation with the message. So good to go. Coming back to Priyanka, which is the second evaluator, she started off very well with the rant of the speaker with his son, because that is what we call generation gap. And she tried to cover up with the great observations she had. I personally believe that while giving the recommendations of any of the prepared speeches, we should only talk about the speeches rather than giving a recommendation to the EC members that the speaker can be utilized for another roles for the upcoming meeting. That she can talk to the EC members of the meeting, not during the evaluation. Priyanka, it's a request. Please keep it in the mind. Now coming to the second part of the meeting, which is the table topic session. The table topic master had a great table topics. I wish I could participate in one of the table topic. So Mohit, the topic that was given to him was his dream job. He had explained it with his own wish that he wants to be a corporate trainer, since he is an introvert person, and how this field can make him an extrovert person and how he can learn being an corporate trainer. So Diana, I'm sorry, I've not read your table topic. So coming to Utkarsh, the topic that was given to him was, what if your mind starts working at the 90% of capacity? First of all, Utkarsh, thank you so much for connecting all of us towards an spiritual or the emotional side, because mind is a very destructive thing, and your words, the things how you phrased it, took us back to the emotional and the spiritual side, where we usually this generation in which we are lacks it. So kudos to you for doing that. Coming to Srishti, indoor games better than the outdoor games. The camaraderie that you linked of the family members, and the way you explained how the indoor games can be played as in outdoor games also, like carom, chess, cards, and their respective meanings has actually made me go crazy about it. Now, coming to Khushbu, best human name you have heard of. She shared her own example and this name and how it is being spiritually linked with and what is the meaning and the origin of it. Thank you, Khushbu, for relating us and bringing us relating us to our rituals and everything. So this everyone has used in his Oreo approach in one or the another way and has ended the table topic speech with the meaning that was great. Commendations to the Srishti for performing the first time our counter rule and the way she has taken forward the Grammarlian rule in which she has explained the pronunciation, because we Indians face the biggest issue we Indian face is about pronunciation. So kudos for doing that. And Snehashish, you are just simply an awesome person. You have every time you take a role, you make sure that you do your best, and you have done your best. That's my report. Now we'll hand over the virtual stage to Mr. Presiding Officer Madhav. Madhav, can we have you on the stage, please?
Thank you, Anu. Thank you for giving all of us feedbacks and sharing all the learnings. And thank you to your team as well for the feedback they gave to us. Now coming to the polls, I'll launch the last polls that we have for today, and post that we can start with the results. And probably before results, let's go with the feedback from guests. I know we have had this. I am giving just a disclaimer before getting any feedback. We have had quite a few backouts today, and we have been trying to manage it. And yeah, but this has been a struggling evening for me and Anant since 4 or 5 a.m. today. But somehow we concluded it. Let's go to our guests for their feedback. Utkarsh, probably. Utkarsh, would you like to give us some feedback?
Honestly, I mean, it's very fortunate for me, and I feel truly like blessed that I stumbled upon here and I've come here to join this Toastmaster Club. It's my second time here. I came here for the first time last week. I think I'm growing in confidence and I'm really enjoying this process. And I couldn't wait to see how further I go and how further I improve myself. Just yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Utkarsh. We also would look forward to your journey and to how far you can go ahead. And I'm sure the sky is the limit. There is we have always something to improve always. So next, going to Khushbu.
It's always great to come back to TPTM after a long break from Toastmasters, and started from TPTM. I think I did my Sri Ganesh Ainuma from here. And yeah, and today, fortunately, my US class got cancelled. So I'm here. And next week also I'm available. So yes, lovely meeting, and yeah, great insights. I always take my I bring my empty bucket and fill my empty bucket to its fullest brim. And today I have just learned again so many things. And Srishti, you were brilliant. I'm going to steal that example. I'm going to write it in my diary. So yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Khushbu. I could see you standing up, getting up after listening to Srishti's examples. So probably you were going to write that then and there only. But looking forward to see you, Srishti. And I remember from the days in 2020s, I think Priyanka would relate. Looking forward to see you back again. And I have communicated to Anant about your speech that you want to give next week. So we can see how it goes. Mohit, would you like to speak something?
Yes, it was very, very interesting for me and very helpful for me that I speak first time on this platform, and I feel really good. Thank you very much.
didn't feel like you spoke for the first time, Mohit. You spoke very well. I think the first time I spoke a table topic, I couldn't speak anything. I couldn't utter a single word for almost 30 seconds. That's how my table topic was. But yours was quite good, I must say. So looking forward to see you next week as well. Now coming to the polls results. Starting with the best prepared speaker. Best prepared speaker is a tie. So it was 50-50% for both these speakers, Abhishek and Snehashish. Congratulations. Going to the next. I am a bit confused which poll should I take up next. It would be best table topic speaker. Best table topic speaker was almost a tie, but Toastmaster Srishti won it by 1 vote. Congratulations, Srishti. And the runner-up was Toastmaster Utkarsh. So Utkarsh, good job there. Congratulations. Coming to the best auxiliary role player, and Toastmaster Srishti, with her examples and recommendations, ran away with the best auxiliary role player award. Congratulations, Srishti. And it was quite unique. I have been trying, like, for last 3-4 years, I have been working very hard to improve my pronunciation. I have never heard about this trick of the difference between V and W. So definitely going to implement it, and I would definitely want more explanation. So would try to connect with you again about it. Coming to the last result, second last result we have for best speech evaluator, but I think both of the evaluators are disqualified. So it would be better to go to the next result. Both the evaluators spoke for more than 3 minutes 30 seconds. So both are disqualified. So going ahead with the last result that we have is for the best role player. And the best role player by a margin of 1 vote again goes to Toastmaster Anant, distinguished Toastmaster Anant. Though he's not here, but he's certainly going to get the certificate. So congratulations, Anant. That's it. I think we have had a good meeting today. Looking forward to next meeting as well. And I am going to stop the recording.